Welcome to the Uncle's Channel. Thanks for watching today. And we have yet another TMNT game announcement that is coming out in 2025. And I think it's going to be early 2025. And I'm going to give my evidence before that here in a little bit because I think the game has been in development for like maybe 2, 3, possibly even 4 years. But we have so many TMNT games that have either come out or are coming out in the near future here. I mean, we've had Shredder's Revenge, Wrath of the Mutants, Splintered Fate. I'm missing some. Mutants Unleashed. The Last Ronin is going to be coming out probably 2026 if I was going to guess, maybe even a little bit later. But the only one that's on the slate for 2025 at the moment anyway is this brand new one called Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Tactical Takedown. Now, it's about a company called Strange Scaffold. Now, this is not going to be your usual TMNT beat-em-up style game, but it's going to focus more on being a turn-based strategy game with some of the beat-em-up elements sort of sprinkled in there. Because, let's face it, it's still TMNT. The beat-em-up aspect has to be there because you're going to be taking out foot soldiers and other mutants and other villains that we're going to talk about here in a second. Now, the developers do say that you can play as any of the 4 turtles, and each one is going to have their own mini-campaigns. I'm going to quote them directly here, where you wield unique movesets and utilize super moves to turn the tide against opponents in strategic turn-based battles, perfect for quick play sessions that feel meaningful. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Tactical Takedown's fast-paced encounters only take a matter of minutes to complete, and eventually players progress toward a dramatic finale in which the Turtles must unite against evil forces. So it's not going to be a long, drawn-out play session, just more of a quick pick up and play. Now, it is on PC only at the moment as far as like the release, because that's all the company has ever published is PC games. However, I'm sure Paramount's going to want to push this out toward more consoles, and being a quick pick up and play, I wouldn't even be surprised if they eventually pushed it out toward mobile, but we'll have to wait and sort of see how it shakes out as it gets closer to a release date. But I'm also really excited for this game because the company that is behind developing it, which I mentioned earlier was Strange Scaffold, they have an amazing track record as far as like great PC games that they have not only developed but also published on their own. And I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I knew who the company was before I made this video because I'm not really a huge PC gamer. I'm more of a console gamer here. But they have really fantastic and really unique games as far as like style-wise goes. They have one called Life Eater, which is a horror puzzle game where you take on the role of being like a serial killer and you have to like stalk your victims and sort of plan out a murder. Very dark sounding, but evidently it was very well received. They also have one called Space Warlord Organ Trading Simulator, also really dark sounding, but it says it's like a sci-fi body horror tycoon type game. Very unique concept. I can't say I know anyone who's ever done a game concept quite like that. They have another one called Click Holding, which is one of their bigger games where you basically are being held hostage and a guy has an obsession with different things being clicked and you sort of have to feed into his obsession. And it's a really dark game, very short game, but critics and audience agreed it was a very well-crafted experience. There's another one called El Paso Elsewhere, which is a Max Payne style shooter game where you fight against vampires, werewolves, such as that. And I really do enjoy the old gameplay style of the Max Payne on the PS2. They also have a few more lighthearted games like Sunshine Shuffle, where you play cards of animals who are also robbers on their boat, and you get to like decorate their boat and whatnot. Another huge one is called I Am Your Beast, which is a first-person shooter game. I mean, they have even more games than what I'm mentioning here, but they are all very well received from audience and critics, and it just goes to show like how varied they are in the games that they create. So pretty much anything that they try, they're pretty successful at, and even though this is going to be their first attempt at a strategy game, I have a lot of faith in the company that it's going to work out well because they have such a good track record. Now, the reason I say the game I think is coming out early in 2025 instead of later, and the game has probably been in development for like maybe 2, 3, possibly even more years, is because I do believe this game is a retooling or a restructuring of a game that they probably have already developed, or I know that has been in development for a very long time at this point, and it's a game called Teenage Demon Slayer Society. They announced this game back in 2023. It was supposed to have a release date of 2024. It did not come out, and if you look at the trailer for this game, it 100% looks like they have taken the overall engine for the game and just changed it over to being a Ninja Turtles game for the tactical takedown that we've been looking at. And even the storyline, you play as one of 4 teenagers as your journey through a Midwest town has been taken over by demons and such. And even in the Turtles trailer, to talk about how you're going to fight against the ultimate evil, which could be the demons from this game. I don't know, I'm sort of speculating on that part anyway. But it is 100% a turn-based strategy game. You play as one of 4 individual teenagers. You're taking down the ultimate evil. It has a lo-fi beat soundtrack. The new Turtles game is also going to have a lo-fi beat soundtrack. It 100% feels like they have taken the Teenage Demon Slayer Society and just converted it over to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I mean, even the first word of both games is still teenage. But another reason I think the company is retooling this old game for this newer game is because they announced the game, said it was coming out a year later, and it just went completely radio silent about the game and never said anything else about it. And so it's very easy for a company to retool a game when there's been no radio chatter about it, and there's not been a lot of eyes on the project because no one knows what to have expected from it, and so they can sort of take it in whichever direction they want to. My guess is that Paramount came to them at some point in 2023, early 2024, and said we're expanding the Turtles franchise here to more indie developers, and what can you create for the franchise. And Paramount probably wanted it done within the next couple of years to sort of try to cash in on the Turtle Mania or the resurgence that we're having right now. And the developers at Strange Scaffold probably said, this game here already has 4 teenagers in it fighting against the evil force. Let's just retool it, make it a Turtles game, and Paramount Pictures went with it, and they're probably going to put it out as quick as possible. So I think the game is probably 100% done, and they're simply waiting for the official marketing on it to get it back out there into a public knowledge. Now, like I said, it is only for PC at the moment, but I really do think it's going to come to console, at least console, and possibly mobile as well, just because the game would fit so well within that, I guess, environment. But early 2025 is my guess, no later than probably May. But like I said, that is just my prediction based on what I have read about the game and my speculation as being ported over from another game or sort of retooled from a different game. But what are all your thoughts? Are you excited for another TMNT game? Do you feel like this one is in good hands as far as like a developer behind it? Do you know Strange Scaffold? Have you played those games? Let me know in the comments down below. As always, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Check out my other videos listed up above and go out there, find a great game to play. Simply have a great rest of the day.